So let's go to this guy.
Come after me.
Oh.
I'm a man.
Okay.
I'm 40.
Somehow this dude hasn't died yet, doesn't look like he's aged at all, grew a mullet, and is somehow always in the running for the Big 12.
He hasn't
Now
had
referred to as the Big 13.
He hasn't had a losing record since 2005, and it might be at let me start over.
Yep.
He hasn't had a losing record since 2005, Mike Gundy, that is, and that might be in jeopardy in 2023. He has more question marks surrounding the program than ever before, and it's safe to assume that this team can find a way to a winning mark and a bowl. No, I don't believe that at all. I'm just reading things. It's going to be a bunch of coin flip games. They won't have to play Texas Tech, or TCU. Well, that's helpful. Quarterback battle between Alec Bowman, Michigan transfer, Garrett Rangel, and true freshman Zane Flores is set to pick up this fall. Listen, when Mike Gundy has a battle at quarterback, his teams do not do well. When his teams know who the starting quarterback is going into fall, his teams do well and perform well. They're always good for upsets at home in late October, November. So keep that in mind as we're doing the schedule.
And they'll always give, when Oklahoma's good, they'll always give Oklahoma and Texas a run for their money.
So they do have Ollie Gordon II and J.D. Nixon, two running backs behind an experienced offensive line. New defensive,
He likes to run the ball.
New defensive coordinator, Brian Nardo, was a surprising hire from Gannon. Who the F is?
I'll look him up.
Gannon.
What's his name?
Just Brian. Oh, maybe Gannon's the school.
I would assume Brian Nardo.
Nardo, Nardo. This is great podcasting. The transition to a 3-3-5 scheme might take some time. That's not what I want to hear. But
they're switching defensive schemes.
They're switching defensive schemes
to a 3-3-5.
Yeah,
Have you heard of a more Big 13 scheme?
No. Because that is that's a Big 12 scheme right there, 3-3-5.
Yeah.
You know
Big
who?
13.
You know who coined that? Rich Rodriguez in West Virginia.
At West Virginia. Okay, so for the record, this Brian Nardo dude, defensive coordinator, first year at OSU, 16 years overall in Ohio, coaching. That is 2008. Oh, maybe that's where he graduated from. Dude doesn't have a Wikipedia page. That's how you know this is. He was at the NCAA, the 2 level. So he came from.
Oh. All right.
He was last the linebackers coach at Youngstown State.
This is me rolling the dice. This is Oklahoma State this year. Rolling the dice.
And let's start him off with the win against Central Arkansas, and they're at Arizona State.
That's a win and a win. He starts off strong. Arizona State, not very good this year.
Make it against a very good. Oh wait, South Alabama. That's not USA. Yeah, that is USA. The Polar Bears of South Alabama.
They
get them at home.
Are they at home?
They're at home.
Okay, 3-0.
Yeah. Guys, remember the Polar Bears were good last year. At Iowa State.
That's a loss.
Bye week, then they get Kansas State at home.
That's a loss.
This is hard. Then they get Kansas at home.
And I think I gave them a loss there too, so they're 3-3.
Okay, they're at West Virginia.
I think I gave them the win there.
We're testing Makai's knowledge here.
Yeah.
They're fourth Bedlam against Oklahoma. I believe you gave them the win there.
I did give them the win there. Thank you. Yes.
They're at UCF.
I gave them the loss there.
They are at Houston.
I'll give them a win there.
And then they are home against BYU to finish the season.
I must have missed a game there. At home, BYU, that's a win. I have 7-4, but I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be 8-4. It's either 8-4 or 7-5.
Either makes total sense for this team.
I'll give
agree
them
with you, but don't be surprised if they drop 3 games out of nowhere.
No. Or and then don't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if they lose to South Alabama.
Yeah.
And then just rip off 6 straight.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're looking up at the end of the season and you're like, Oklahoma State's in the title game? That's how the Big 12 is. I feel like you like any team except for Cincinnati and West Virginia, you'd be like, oh yeah, okay, I could see this title game happening. That's